Thanks so much for joining us here in the Fox 4 Weather Center. Of course, all eyes on Milton, which, by the way, went from a Category 1 early this morning up to a Category 5 this afternoon. And currently, it's the strongest Category 5 hurricane that we have seen in the Gulf of Mexico going back to 2005. That would be with Rita, when that central pressure dropped down to 895 millibars. Meanwhile, Milton right now just 10 millibars above that. So far stronger than Ian ever was. Just to give you some perspective, look at that wind gust upwards of 220 miles per hour, and it is progressing off toward the east at 10 miles per hour. We are expecting it to curve off toward the north and east as we look ahead to your Wednesday. Landfall now projected Wednesday night. Now, with a landfall here in the Tampa area, even though we will see some weakening, still a powerhouse, a Category 3, possibly on the verge of a 4. Regardless, a major landfall is expected, and we're going to be in that front right quadrant. So that's what we know. Major landfall. If we stay in that front right quadrant, that will set us up for a high threat for storm surge, and that, by and large, our biggest concern here for our coastal communities, and that's why zones A and B have now been called for evacuations, coastal Collier, coastal Lee, as well as coastal Charlotte counties. So storm surge up to 10 feet will be a possibility north of Inglewood, even higher surge expected. Threat for tornado cannot be ruled out. You know how it is, especially with those outer rain bands. Of course, we'll be watching that closely starting on Wednesday. As for the threat for heavy rainfall, we're still going to be dealing with these rounds of heavy rainfall preceding the actual tropical storm conditions. So as of now, expecting 3 to 6 inches in the rain gauge. However, because the ground is so saturated, we could see some localized flooding because of those heavy downpours. As for those maximum wind gusts, again, Wednesday into Thursday morning, gust expected to be hurricane force, but as of now, hurricane force wind gust we can handle. It's really going to be the storm surge that will continue to be our biggest threats. So from Choccolosky up to Bonita Beach, so that means coastal Collier, expecting 4 to 7 feet of storm surge. From Bonita Beach up to Inglewood, 5 to 10 feet of storm surge expected. This does include our barrier islands. It does include Charlotte Harbor as well. So basically, if you flooded in Helene, you're going to be flooded with this system as well. Based upon what we're seeing, that's what we can expect, and that's what we need to be prepared for. North of Inglewood, expecting upwards of 12 feet of storm surge. That does include our friends there in the Tampa Bay area. Now, as for our winds, maybe you have some last-minute preparations, things you need to get wrapped up tomorrow. Get those storm shutters up, for example. If you need any sandbagging done, at least tomorrow those winds will be manageable. Then looking ahead to your Wednesday, that's when those wind gusts will really start to kick up. So by around 10 a.m., we'll start to see those gusts ranging from 24 to 38 miles per hour. Of course, those higher gusts there right along the coastline, picking up those wind speeds as we head into your Wednesday evening, and especially overnight. As of now, it really looks like the worst of those conditions will be overnight, as many of us are trying to get some sleep, but also keep an eye on things in the dark. Looking ahead then to your Thursday afternoon, gradually seeing improvements, but even Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock, we'll still have those wind gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour for many communities. Let's put now our in-house model overlaid with that forecast cone, just to kind of give you an idea. We'll start to see those outer rain bands as we head into your Wednesday. And then, of course, deteriorating conditions expected throughout the day on Wednesday. Worst of it Wednesday night with that landfall expected. And then again, that will keep us in that dreaded front right quadrant. The worst of the storm surge expected early on Thursday morning. So please keep that in mind. Otherwise, for your Thursday, conditions gradually improving, and then looking ahead to the weekend, finally a break from it all. Friday and Saturday expecting mostly sunny skies.